I'm meteorologist Peter Chan at the National Weather Service for Alaska statewide weather on this Thursday, September 5th. Well, low pressure, there's a couple of different low centers over the southwest portion of the state. We have one low hanging back toward Kuskokwim Bay and another secondary low beginning to take shape across the northern Alaska Peninsula, Kodiak Island, and yet a third low that has weakened and come up through Cook Inlet and lifting northward into the interior. The main secondary low will take shape and develop overnight into the day Friday along and east of Kodiak Island into the western Gulf. This system will not be as strong as the initial low that came through the western Gulf last night and during the day this Thursday. Nevertheless, we'll still see rain continuing along areas of the Gulf Coast into the Panhandle, though the trend will be for the rain to become more showery and lighter as we go through the day Friday and especially by Saturday, with some pretty good weather returning to much of south central Alaska by Saturday. The next main weather feature to keep an eye on will be a stronger front crossing the Bering Sea that's attached to low pressure in eastern Russia over Siberia. And this front is fairly strong. It'll be a breezy front with some gale force winds, and as that makes landfall across the west coast on Saturday, it will have some stronger winds that produce some higher surf and elevated water levels, maybe a foot or two above the normal high tide. So be aware of that along the west coast. Otherwise, we are anticipating overall a progressive and occasionally wet fall weather pattern continuing into mid-September for much of the state, especially the mainland and along areas of the Gulf Coast. So we don't really foresee any real big changes, nor any really big cold outbreaks, but just the gradual progression into cooler and occasionally wet weather here as we go through the fall season. There still is a wind advisory in effect for the eastern portion of the Alaska Range, including Isabel Pass, until 8 p.m. this Thursday evening. Otherwise, in the sky, new moon occurred this past week on September 3rd. First quarter moon is September 11th. The full harvest moon will occur on September 18th, and the autumnal equinox will arrive early Sunday morning on the 22nd. For Alaska statewide weather, I'm Pete.